Hey sexy, it's deenahdian and welcome back to my channel. Always gets so awkward saying that. On today's video, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be showing you like my take on clean girl makeup. Don't mind the bruising, I just had Botox done yesterday, so I feel like I'm getting so many TikToks and reels like, clean girl makeup is over, and all the girls being like, thank God, because I couldn't do it because I have acne, or like, I don't live in like a hot climate or whatever. I'm like, first of all, yeah, okay, I get my skin is like semi-okay and I live in the Canary Islands, but girl, you can do clean girl makeup anyway. It's so easy, it's so basic, it's so simple. You just gotta like see what works for you and like the easy techniques, like the products that you need. Obviously you do what you like, but on days where I just want to look really good put together, like I have my life sorted, this is the type of makeup that I go for. The audacity to talk about my good skin when I have like redness everywhere, my brows are sparse, like uneven, bruises from the Botox everywhere. Girl. The most important thing about any makeup and anything is your base, so like your skin. I'm gonna moisturize right now using the Hydro Glow moisturizer from W7. Your skin needs to be good like under the makeup for the makeup to look good. Skincare is so important, and like staying hydrated, drinking lots and lots of water. My under eye area is very dry and my lids are very oily. The rest of my face is just very normal. I do sweat a lot, so that's another thing to add on to like my skin type. But staying moisturized is a must, like genuinely a necessity. Stanley is a must for clean, I'm just kidding. To hydrate like my under eye and my eyelids and stuff, I'm gonna use the Hydro Hero by Essence. I do think it's like discontinued now, but any like under eye cream and stuff like that would work. Also, my lips are always terrible, like super dry. So I'm gonna be using this little sleeping mask just for a couple of minutes. It's not like I'm going to bed. Pillow Lips Lip Care Cream from She Glam. Just a little bit of it, just to like have my lips moisturized while I do my makeup so they look better at the end as well. I'm just gonna use a little bit of the Mattifier Oil Control Primer by Catrice. Again, I get really sweaty and like oily in my T-zone and stuff, so I just go like this. Foundation is really a choice because I know most people like to wear foundation. I'm gonna wear a little bit of some today. Even if you wanna do like some dewy drops or like tanning drops or anything like that. Anything that you wanna do like as a pre-base, or if you wanna go full coverage, that's not really clean girl, but I think a medium to like natural glowy foundation is the go-to, or you can just skip this and go straight to concealer. But for today, because I think obviously with the Botox, like the bruises, and there's a little bit of redness, like a little bit of discoloration there, I'm gonna go for a little bit of foundation. I'm gonna be using the Forever Skin Glow by Dior in the shade 2N. I do think this might be a little bit too light for me, but because I'm only gonna use a little bit, it doesn't really matter. And I am gonna go in with a brush. Yes, ma'am, I am indeed. Don't be bringing your foundation or your tinted moisturizer like down here. Then it will be too much product once you apply the concealer, and that will make it lift, crease, look cakey. That won't look very good. I know some people hate like scented foundations, but the smell of this one is just giving holiday. I don't really think there's much I can do to like hide the bruises. I'm just adding some extra foundation right there, and I'm gonna try and blend it. Then I'm gonna go in with some cream contour slash bronzer. I'm gonna be using Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. Oldie but a goodie, like if you know, you know. I like to go in with cream bronzer before concealer, because then I know how much concealer I want to add and it just looks more flawless that way. I like the fact that you can be like a little bit messy as well, because then you can just clean up your mistakes if you went like below where you should have gone or something with concealer. Just make sure, like especially for clean girl makeup, that you don't want any like harsh lines or anything too obvious, so just keep blending. When you think you're blended, you're not. Just continue blending a little bit more. For concealer, I'm gonna be using the Conceal and Define by Makeup Revolution in the shade C6. Sorry that I don't have like a more natural shade. The longer you let your concealer sit, the more pigment you'll get out of it. Bottom of my chin, because I like my chin to look like the illusion of a pointier chin. And then just a dot here and a dot there. And now I'm just gonna blend away. Here you wanna go in like a straight line and still pat, but you wanna make sure you clean up under where the bronzer is. Just pat away, girly. Since I was young, like doing my makeup feels like therapy. I can't really explain it, it just feels good. All the noise just disappears. If you feel like you want to add more, you can add more until you cover all your dark circles. But like I said, it's more natural vibes for me, so this is good enough for me. My favorite part always is blush. Doesn't matter what makeup I'm doing, I always love adding blush. I'm gonna be using the Love Cake by She Glam. I love blush. Blush is good. Do you guys remember like back in 2016 where we only would use like contour and bronzer? Like blush wasn't really a thing back then, and now we're all like blush obsessed, thank God. What was life before blush, honestly? Don't even know, don't ask me because I don't know the answer. Now tell me that's not super pretty. Now I just like to take the same concealer brush and just go in there just to clean it all up with like no extra product, just whatever was left on the brush, just to make sure that everything is like clean and nice. I always get some creases on my forehead and the side of my nose. And now for powder, I'm gonna be using a powder puff. This one's from She Glam, as well as my bubblegum powders from She Glam. They're amazing, I'm obsessed with them. I put them in the back of my hand first, and then I go in. I just set like my lid, my under eye. I do like to set a bit of my nose, just because it does get a bit oily during the day. And sometimes I wear glasses and stuff, so that helps. And I do set my forehead always, because that's the place where you really see me getting like greasy. Now we just gotta set our cream bronzer and cream blush with powder bronzer and powder blush. That was a tongue twist. I'm gonna be using the Honolulu Silhouette palette from W7 just to go in, just to, you know, go over that bronzer. Just slightly, because it's still there, still visible. And then once we set everything with like spray, or like we use the fixing spray, it will all just melt together and it won't look as powdery, because you're literally just setting the creams with a similar colored powder. So it's all just gonna look really cohesive and like flawless in the end. You gotta trust the process, girly. And now for blush, I'm gonna be using my favorite that it's like smashed to the ground. But this one is She Glam's Love Dive in the shade Don't Pink Twice. You guys, this breaks my heart every time. I refuse to like throw it. I refuse to fix it. I refuse to buy another one. I'm just gonna use my baby. It's so nice. It's so like a bluey pink. I have to go a little bit overboard when I apply them, because blush, I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but they don't last on me. Like the first thing of my makeup that will fade is my blush. Like my blush will just disappear throughout the day. Happens all the time. It will just go. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's just doesn't want to be on my face because it's too pretty for me. I don't know what it is, but blush just hates me. I do like to go on like the areas where there's foundation and I haven't said anything with the same powder, like the She Glam Insta Ready powder in the shade Bubblegum, but just with the pressed powder of it, you know, lightly go over everything. We don't want it going anywhere. With the same bronzer palette that we used earlier, like a flat brush, I'm just going to take some of that and just there, blend it up on the sides, just to give like an illusion from the front that I have like a smaller nose. I like to do that here as well, just to pretend that like my nose is pointier and like shorter. Again, same palette, just to look a bit more put together. I will take some shades of bronzer. I took these two, and I'll just run that lightly across my lids. You see, it's like minimal, but it does the job. It looks like I've spent 2 hours. I am gonna use some highlighter, and I'm gonna use the Oldie But a Goodie Soft and Gentle by MAC, just because this will all just come to life later once we've added the spray. You see, it's just subtle, not glittery, not like a lot, not extreme, not like gold. It's just very subtle, glowy. Just on like the higher points of the cheeks and then a little bit above my brow. Then I'll take a smaller brush, and I personally like to add a little bit here and down the lines of the cupid's bow, right in the inner corner, a little bit under my brow bone. And I will take some and put it right here as well. Just an extra step if you feel like you want to. I have like a freckle pencil. This is a Freck Please Freckle Tint in the shade Tan by She Glam. I have a lot of freckles, as you can see already, but we're not gonna add them on the middle of the nose like everyone does, because that will just defeat the purpose of everything we've done. We're just gonna put them here, like along the nose. And then I will add some across here, because that's where I also have mine, so why not? And just press and press away. You see? It just moves the freckles all over. Then I'll go in with a powder brush that we used earlier with no excess product, just whatever's left there. And I'll kind of set them and soften them out a little bit. Then I'm gonna use this Hydrate and Fix spray by Revolution, just to bring everything back to life. Okay, I've just added a light because the light was going weird. There's so many clouds. I hope you can see it better now, how it's all looking. So for brows, you can use clear gel if you want to. For me, I'm gonna use the Thick and Wow Fixing Brow Mascara. I've really been loving this product. Like, I had really like bad eyebrows like about a month or 2 months ago, and this product just kind of saved me. So I just gel them just so they stay in place because my brows are quite thick, but there's some sparse areas. So it just kind of makes them like thicker and in place, and it kind of fills the gaps, if you know what I mean. This curler is so old, honestly. I like to curl, let go, and curl again, just so that I get like a really big curl. Curl, let go, curl again. And then I'm gonna go in with like a Primark mascara. Yep, you heard me. I just make sure that I don't cover the root of the lash because I feel like that's what ruins everything. If you get mascara in the root of your lash, the curl will drop faster because it's too heavy. But if you just do like from the middle to the tip, it will stay longer. I will just add a little bit on the outer bottom lashes. And then for my lips, it's very simple. I'm gonna be using a liner from Essence, the 8 Hour Matte ones. This one is in the shade Cool Mauve. I do overline a little bit of the top of the lip, not gonna lie. I like to bring it in so that it lasts longer. See, this is why I go through lip liners like crazy. And then I will just use a gloss. This one's from Maybelline. You can never go wrong with gloss, honestly. And this one smells so good. It's in the shade Gummy Bear. A little bit more of the spray. And you're good to go. What do you think? Is this clean girl makeup look something you fancy? I love it. I think I look so put together. I look like I have 6 figures on my bank when I only have like 4. I've been loving this look. I'm gonna continue loving this look for a long time, I think. So let me know what you think down below. I really hope I helped. I really hope you got inspired in something. And yeah, don't forget to like this video if you did like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys, and most importantly, don't forget to stay sexy.